Question of the day. If an animal has never before seen humans and has no fear of humans, can that lack of fear or trust be detrimental to the animal? Columbus's men named this animal Seawolf. This fact and more await you within the Natureverse 4.7. Today, we're going to be looking at the West Indian monk seal or the Caribbean monk seal as an extinct species. Now, you might be wondering where the name Seawolf came from. Well, way back when Christopher Columbus's men were in this area of the world, they knew other seals or sea lion species, and they called them, in Spanish, or Portugal, the wolves of the sea. And that is where Seawolf came from. Now, these animals would have been 8 feet in length and weighed upwards of 600 pounds. In its historical range, this animal would have been located throughout the Gulf of Mexico, throughout the Caribbean Sea, or the Western Atlantic Ocean, even along the Florida Keys. Now keep in mind that this was the only seal to live in the Caribbean or around the Florida Keys. Its diet probably consisted of eels, reef fish, octopus, and crustaceans. The pupping season would have been in December. Pups were born at or around the length of 3.3 feet or a meter in length. They would have weighed around 35 to 40 pounds or 16 to 18 kilograms. Their main predators would have been sharks and humans. One of the reasons this animal went extinct was the fact that it didn't seem to be afraid of humans. As early as 1492, fishermen were hunting this animal. In 1707, it was noted that fishermen could claim 100 of these animals in one night. And by the way, the fishermen in 1492 were hunting this animal for money. They would have perhaps been using this animal for food, for their skins, and for their fat, which would have been rendered to make oil. By the 1890s, this animal was already rare. And it's said that the last monk seal in American waters was killed by a fisherman in 1922. Now, they were being hunted for their, like I said, for their meat, their fur, and their fat, which again was rendered into oil. They were also captured and killed for museums and for zoos and aquariums. Coastal developments also would have played a major role in their disappearance. Now, I'm not sure when the last one was actually seen by people, but I do understand that it was claimed extinct in 1952. One thing that made this animal easy to hunt was their non-aggressiveness. They were also very sensitive to being disturbed. All too often, when humans meet animals who have no fear of them, like the dodo and others, we end up destroying them. We have been hunting seals for their meat, oils, and skins for some time. Not so much now, but at one point we did. There are 2 other monk seal species, one that lives in the Hawaiian Islands and another that lives in the Mediterranean. Both of these seals are critically endangered. We owe it to animals everywhere to learn from our mistakes and let them thrive in a world where they are not hunted. In a world where we let their lives mean something more to us besides money. Remember, guys, we are just stewards of the earth, not its masters. It is not ours to destroy and to mingle or mangle. Sorry. I believe those who desecrate this creation will find that they have committed a sin and will be judged accordingly. However, it is not my job to judge. Time for me to say, see you in the next one. Goodbye.